Hello, sports fans, and welcome back to the NRL SuperCoach BDE podcast. We are the best draft experts here to dive into round 19 of the mighty NRL. And as Simo is looking absolutely resplendent in Queensland, also talk about how the mighty Maroons are going to give it to the bloody Cockroaches. Fire up,
Oh,
Simo.
mate, how good. Origin Eve, mate. I tell you what, Decider up here at Suncorp, there is nothing better. I'm up and about tonight. Keen
Good
for
gear,
it,
mate.
keen for the footy.
Good gear, mate. Good
You
gear.
know, last year, Decider up here was not good for us. It was a shocking night. Really cold night too, actually. It was one of the colder games I've been to in a while. But I remember what the Blues did to us up here last year. So, yeah, keen to try and avenge it this year, mate.
Beautiful, mate. Love to see it. And the adopted cockroach, for some reason, chose that side. Coming over from Aotearoa. I mean, a few things not going right for you, old son. Job down.
Yeah, right. Not going right for me, but mighty AB's won the weekends. That's all that matters. Yeah, mate. Happy to talk some footy. Don't really want to talk about Origin, so that's good.
Yeah, no, feeling really good about Laurie's choices, I hear, mate. That's the buzz. Most fans. Yep, good stuff.
Big Laurie fan.
Yeah, he's done some good things. Tell you what, Ethan Strange, I can't believe he's been named, so we'll get to that. How do you nearly miss Origin, then get named to back up? That is, maybe he's just not going to get played at all, gentlemen. So there you go. That's probably what Ricky's figured out.
Yeah.
Could be, yeah. You wouldn't put it past Laurie Dowley. You just never know.
You wouldn't put it past him. Welcome to our lovely, loyal BDEers online tonight. Great to have you aboard again. We're working on the tech, guys. Just want to say, sneaky little thumbnail came in. Resolution needs a bit of love, but we'll have that lined up as we look to, add some enhancements on the run home to the year. And one enhancement that we've just got cranking along. Got some team lists to run through with you. So, gentlemen, it is an absolute blockbuster week for waivers. Dare I say it may be even one of the best of the season on account of the options that are available. Now, I wouldn't say they're necessarily, season winning waivers, but in terms of rounding out your rosters for the run home, there is a shit ton of good options tonight. Do you get the feeling, Todd? Have you looked at the list, mate? Are you in?
Mate, I have looked at the teams. Yeah, some exciting times here with the teams. So, yeah, look forward to seeing what we get for the listeners.
All right, so first game Friday night after the Maroons have no doubt done the business. The Tigers versus the Wars. Todd, as I always do, mate, our resident Wars fan, we go to you. No DWZ, mate, at the back. So Shans gets another crack here. And let's face it, mate, if he's out there and was dropped, people thinking maybe that he wasn't going to be, starting this week, you're picking him up, mate. You're playing him if you need someone at fullback with upside, especially if you are without any of the fullbacks on bye.
Yeah, 100%, mate. He's been a really good option since coming into the Warriors on the wing. So, yeah, plug and play in your fullback. Has CT Dubs eligibility too, so it's always handy as well.
Absolutely, mate. He's a decent option. Would you run him? So with the dual, mate, would you then run him at CT Dub as well? I think he probably is, right?
Yeah, I think so. Like the last 2 games, he scored. I think he's like averaging 70 in the last 2 games on the wing. So,
yeah.
Against the Tigers this week, who we've seen have points scored against them, I definitely fire him up my CT Dub.
Yep. Sticking with it, mate. Adam Pompey's actually showed a little bit last couple. I just making sure run home, not so much this week, but just run home. Anything?
Decent enough run home. I just don't love Pompey. Even with the kicking, it's not my style anyway.
Yeah, I think 12 to 14 teamers, he's probably going to settle in okay. Probably just bring him up. And just sticking with you before I jump across to Simo, mate. Khan Pereira, he has shown us what he's capable of, both a shocking flaw, but also some pretty stunning upside. Look, I feel at minimum, mate, with the players on bye, he's going to be started this week. And I think as a platoon option run home where you're not worried about your AE counting, I think he is a pretty good one for me.
Yeah, solid enough shout. Like every chance against the Tigers going good. So with all the teams on bye, like the guys out, have a go.
Simo, Harris Tavita really hasn't been good for Supercoach, but 5'8", honestly, there's going to be a need for him this week probably with Cody, Blaze Talungi. You're not worried about any Bronco out there as well, and hopefully you weren't relying on a Dragon. So pretty much that's how shallow it is. He's going to be needed. Is he just a free agent pickup, mate, for you?
Oh, yeah. there's no way he could be a waiver based on what he's put together this year. I get it. Like you might be really needy, and he might be the only guy that sort of has a pulse. And if that's the case, I could see reasons why people would burn that waiver just because they're sort of desperate. But like in true sense of the word, like I wouldn't be advocating for him as a big waiver claim. I think Toddy sort of hit it pretty hard there with Khan Pereira. For me, he'll be pretty high on waivers for mine this week as a pretty decent CTW. I'm going to assume he'll go back to the left. Yeah, he's been so dangerous. So, and we've got to remember that's where Chan's got his 4 tries was on the left too. So, I think Khan Pereira is a big one this week.
Yeah, I do too, mate. And so, just thinking about then, boys, what happens? DWZ, I don't think it's a severe hammy injury. He's just been re-signed, which you love to see. You know, the beautiful hair just flowing for at least a couple more years. He comes back in. There's no way that Shans keeps him out from the wing spot. Who gets bumped here? Is it Leah Tower?
No, Khan Pereira gets bumped.
Really?
Yeah.
For Shans?
Yeah.
Wow.
What are you talking about?
So,
Khan
do you feel
Pereira couldn't make the wing when Roger and DWZ were there. Why is he going to make the wing with Shans there?
I'm not sure about that, Simo. Are you on board with that take?
Yeah, I don't know. There's just so many options with the Warriors. Like then they signed Luke Laulii as well, which was just a weird transfer. Like why did they go and do that? That confused me because they honestly have enough guys there. So yeah, I honestly reckon that Chans would move to center and they might bump Leah Tower. To be honest, but I think too. Yeah, honestly, anything could happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm sort of banking on. That's why I've got more confidence in the Khan Pereira as at least a rest of season option. But honestly, Todd, it could happen. It really could happen. So I'm not going to go too hard against you, mate. Quickly, just a shout out to a couple of listeners. And man, Will, good evening, sir. Quickly jump in for a half a while on lunch break. Good to have you, mate. Love the dedication.
Lunch break? Where do you live? Holy.
G'day, Cal. Mate, this is many a shift worker amongst us. We count on the shift workers sneaking in late, listening to the potty. Shout out to you, much love.
Well aware, mate. Thanks for that.
Yeah, no, just making sure, mate. Curious if Simo is still stashing Lecker. Simo, may as well just roll into that one, mate, and say, g'day, Cal.
Yeah, g'day, Cal. Yeah, I actually am stashing him still in one league, but not the league of record. I mean, it's been a tough season for Lecker Truthers, and I'll be the first to admit I'm pretty much the leader of that bandwagon. So, yeah, I think he's a pickup, though, Cal. I reckon he's a free agent. I know that it's a bit crap that Cody Capewell's there on the extended bench, and he could come in and really spell a bit of trouble for Lecker. But, you know, he's too talented. I'd like to have him on the bench and to see how he goes, but I'm not expecting miracles at this point of the year.
Yeah, and just hoping that you get at least this start out of him. So I'm with you as that. Hopefully plug and play for a week, and it's a pretty juicy matchup. All right, well, just checking extended there as well. You see Kurt Capewell, you'd presume, surely does get a spell, so I do feel pretty good about Lecker. Layban rest of season, gentlemen, thumb up, thumb down. Give me in 10-team leagues. Is he a third 2RF with a bit to him, or is he at best a matchup start? Give me, Todd's a one word, matchup or fade?
Matchup.
Fade from me, Simo?
Gun to my head, I'd probably say matchup, but
yeah, okay.
I don't like his rest of season outlook though. In saying that, I think it's he's one down game and he could be back to the bench. So I don't know.
And Cal's just added, big Lecker fan too, but has been a huge letdown after last year. He'll be a very interesting one discussed in our pre-season podcast next year. So, all right, over to the Tigers. It's been pretty rough. Dream Buller owners, that has not gone well. I just keep waiting for him to come good. Todza, is it honestly at the spot now? And this is where we've got to. This is not a good matchup for Dream Buller. I even liked what Dewey's done. Luai is there. Is this a chance at atonement? Or honestly, mate, would you be starting Shans over him? It's getting very close.
Gee, that's a close one. I think just with the last 5 weeks that Buller's put up, I think he scored over 40 once in 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So in this matchup, now, gun to my head, I'm a big Dream Buller guy, but man, if Simo's right and Chance moves back to the right wing, I would still fire up Dream Buller and hope he gets that big play.
Yeah, okay.
But,
and I want you to,
it's close, dude. Like,
it is, because I also want you to think about, obviously, big news at South. So I just want you to keep that one in mind. For those who've got Dream Buller, we'll get to South in a bit, but I want you to both keep that in mind for me. The rest of it, Makasini actually pretty good base around a head knock, so probably one of his better outcomes. But it's a tough matchup. I probably wouldn't start any of these Tigers backs. Jerome Luai, and the off chance he was dropped, Simo, I think, again, because 5'8", it's so shallow. Like, he's as good as any, probably, that are outside the elites.
Yep, if he hasn't been kept through his injury, then yeah, like he's one of those ones that I'm going to assume was probably kept more than he was dropped. But there'll be some leagues out there where you can go get him. So I think he'll be a decent enough start. Although it is hard matchup as you say, but it's as you said, like earlier on we were talking about how it is a hard week for 5'8". So Luai's probably going to be a decent enough shout.
Low-hanging fruit in this game, gentlemen, that I won't spend too much time on. If Samuel Afino was out there, he's gone. Exciting to own him. Great, obviously, just got the run home. One bye to come, but he is going to be a player you want to own. That connection with Dewey in particular will be exciting to watch. So pretty much, gentlemen, I think there are some really good options to come, but in leagues that have not really been a bit proactive, pretty easy number one, correct?
Yeah.
Suka, gone.
Gone, yeah, the Sukar love. And yeah, for those who've got him in classic bad luck, there's an 89 man just chilling. You can safely drop Sukar unless you really have the depth to cover for, he's obviously next cab off the rank. Terome, that's probably more the minutes that I was expecting to have all season, to be honest. They finally didn't give him the full run because of the defensive lapses previous. So, yeah, a little interesting one rest of season now if you're a Terome owner. Hopefully that was just a blip, but interesting. Very, very interesting. Sione Fainu, Todza, we kind of went there. Like, he has kept the spot, which does make him interesting in FRF2. We called it last week. It was a red-hot chance. I think now, mate, you just got to take it on face value that he probably is an FRF2.
Yeah, think about he's playing 80 minutes on the edge, and he plays sort of like an FRF2, right? So, yeah, big fan of that.
Yeah. All right. That does it for that matchup. The only thing quickly, Fisher Harris as well, if he's dropped without Ford, I think he's a player. You want Fisher Harris run home, he'll base you plenty. Him and Barnett are going to be really good owns. Tanner Stowers-Smith isn't an option when those two are fit. So pretty straightforward advice there. Moving on next, the Finns versus the Sharks. Narrow loss for the Finns and really, just struggled in the halves. Kind of called it last week, gentlemen. A little bit of concern without Izzy Katoa there, and boy, did it look obvious. They struggled in the halves big time in that game, despite, I don't think their forwards did a horrible job either. It's a tricky little one, Todza, for me. They're not going to be as effective. With all of those players that are due, potentially at least some of them. Well, let's start with that. How many do you reckon come back out of that lot on the extended?
All three of the backs come back, I think. Hammer, Bostock, and Combo probably come back in. The forwards is a bit interesting.
They just haven't so far. Wolf has rested them every time. If you're a Hammer owner who doesn't own Trey Fuller, hopefully you got on and were smarter than me in the listener league. It's been a rough own. So I bloody hope you're right. But I don't know, Simo, way in there, mate. I'm not as confident. That he's rested them every time.
Yeah, it's got to be in doubt, I reckon. The fact they lost last week maybe changes Christian Wolf's sort of tone, because I think in the other rounds they've been getting a few wins even without those guys, but obviously last week they had the narrow loss. So maybe they want to bring them back in, but I don't know. I feel like it really depends. We remember that Bostock's off an ACL, and so first game of Origin.
Tell that to Laurie.
Yeah, I don't know if you can back him up. 2 days? What is it? The Saturday game, isn't it? So 3 days later?
I think Bostock is the one that is almost certain not to. I can't imagine he plays his first Origin as a decider, coming off the injury, as you said, Simo, and then the absolute sealer for me, Jake Averillo comes out and absolutely brains it against the Knights. He was outstanding again. Going to be one of the roughest reserves in the NRL based on form. I think there's just no shot that he plays, to be honest. Cobbo, maybe, but you've got Nafahu, and then the Hammer as well has a great backup who admittedly wasn't at his best on the weekend. So I think maybe if any of them, it might finally be the Hammer, but that'd be it for me.
I mean, yeah, we're not going to know. I think Maxi Plath will back up. He's probably the one because he won't play as many minutes in Origin. In Flegler too, he doesn't play many minutes, but I mean, obviously he's had his own injury issue, so I don't think he's as much of a concern, Flegler, but he's not really fantasy relevant anyway.
He's not.
Yeah, I mean, the good news about this is it's the second game of the round, so you'll know.
You will, mate. But if in this matchup, though, the Sharks, obviously, they defend pretty well, but I still think you fire up Fuller, Averillo, Nafahu, Cody, not Schneider if you can possibly help it, and that's pretty much it. The Sharks, it was great to see Nico floating around. Looks like, as always, going to be a gun option for the run home. Kale Iro, still sneaky little buy low window remains, gentlemen. It's coming. The big games are not far away. Still basing beautifully. So just, if someone's frustrated out there. I also think Mulatalo, if anyone's just really annoyed that kind of blew a juicy matchup, might be someone you could sneak through in a deal somewhere. So just you want these Sharkies for the run home. Jaden Barrell keep getting named to start 4 Supercoach points on the weekend. Very good. Love to see this.
It's so stupid, eh?
It is. Shout out to Jesse Colquhoun and Billy Burns in a buy round. We're outstanding on the weekend. Billy Burns actually played really well.
Billy Burns played really good.
He did. He actually showed a bit of dynamic movement, Todzer, not the plotterish way. So credit to the man. He was good. So Nicker is another one, guys. Like, it really depends on how many minutes he plays. With Nene on the pine, though, surely that's chopped up a fair bit. So probably backs up, which ruins Billy Burns, right?
Yeah, it does ruin Burns. I actually think that Burns' performance will ruin Nickera for this week as well. I don't think if Nickera does back up, he'd be a nervous start for me because, you see Nickera come into the team. I just reckon that Burns might give him a spell, and it might be sort of the tune of sort of 50 minutes, 30 minutes type of split. And if that's the case, you definitely don't want to start Nickera. So I'd look for another option this round if I could really try to.
Nicker is a good one for me, Simo. I love that advice, mate. And I still think he's a waiver, though, just because of that form of Nico. And hopefully Nico's going to go on a run again like last year where he takes over most of the attack and Trindle just provides a little bit. And that in that case, you want Britt Nickera. So I would waiver for him but not start him. It's a very unique bit of advice. Agreement?
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Yeah, sweet. All right, I can't see anything else from there of interest, so we'll just move on forward. Dogs versus the Raiders to welcome Stephen Crichton. Won't get the eligibility at 5'8", but bloody hell, I guess you got to start him. You got to start him at CT Dub. One good one, one not so good one. So that's interesting. Jacob Carraz. Now, Simo, you have, in my opinion, boldly traded for him our League of Record. I fully get it because the guy's an absolute stud. You kind of capitalized, I think, on the fact that he's busted his ribs now, combined with what appears to be a torn calf, yet he's still just an absolute stud. Where is he right now? You obviously saw a buy low window / you actually needed assets for this week. What are you recommending to the viewers, mate?
Yeah, it's been an interesting one. Like it's not rocket science to know that this guy's a Supercoach gun when he's right. He's clearly not right. Like it's the ribs, it's the calf. It's probably still a knee. He's just got all sorts of things going on. He's obviously had the shoulder earlier in the year too, which has been a concern. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and really recommend people go out and get Carraz because he's probably is more of someone you look to sell than acquire. As you sort of touched on there, I mean, a lot of my trading for him was that I have a lot of Dragons forwards in my roster, so. I was going to end up being a bit of a bind this week because I got Reece Welsh as well. So needed a few starters for this round. So I found a pretty decent enough trade where I gave Toby Couchman and a couple of other pieces to get Carraz. I mean, obviously, I'm just hoping that he's fit enough to get through the end of the year because, I mean, this guy, all he's got to do is be on the park and he'll score SuperCoach points. But, I'm fully aware that he could easily go off at halftime like he did last week, and that's the risk I've got to be willing to cop.
Yeah, it's a risk. I think he's gettable. Folks, coming off the 40, the rib injury, very gettable asset that could win you a league, but just be aware he's swinging for the fences because he's about as risky as Turbo, in my opinion. Really good question from Cal here, Todzer. Burton, still a solid enough start at 5'8". Now he's moved to centre.
Interesting one with Matty Burton. What did he score last game?
I think he had a good one last week.
I remember watching him and thinking he played really good. I wasn't too sure. It was like a 54 and a 40 last round. So not overly great since going to centre. But, I mean, 5'8", you can get a 50 out of your 5'8". I know you probably didn't get draft value out of Matt Burton, but if you get a 50 out of your 5'8", you're pretty happy.
Yeah, it's very tied. It's a little bit matchup dependent for me, but also it is tied to whether this critter is going to work. So if critter actually does work at 5'8", then I think he probably will hit enough upside to hopefully average you more closer to 60. And Cal's nailed how I was feeling. I think the base stats are going to be fine. I genuinely do. I know that the 40 with the try assist isn't great, but I think more likely, I think he'll base okay. He'll have a work rate in this. I think it probably just takes a bit of the gloss off the really high upside that he maybe had going into the season. I think the floor might have improved slightly. So any other different take from you, Simo? Or do you think it's pretty close to on par? I don't think it's a massive change.
Yeah, actually, if I owned Burton, I think I prefer it because, like, when Kikau's back, which may be as soon as next week, or if not the week after, I think that left edge is going to be very good. Critter dishing it off to because, like, Critter with Kikau inside you, like, both of those dudes are massive units. Like, say what you want about their Critter's passing game, whatever, which he's shown that he can do it. But, like, even if you were to say that Critter's passing game is still developing as a 6, like, the fact that he's such a running threat with the size of him, with Kikau as well, I think that's just going to open up space for Matty Burton if they run those block shapes. So, yeah, I actually think rest of season I'd like it more for Burton in the centres than I do at 5'8".
Well, mate, talking then about the left-hand side, can I just make sure I'm getting this right? But has it settled that Kiraz is on the left or the right now? He's a right winger, right?
Yeah, Kiraz on the right.
Jethro Rinakama has to be brought up here. It's crazy, I know, but think about Montoya, but actually can catch the ball and defend a little bit. Call me nuts, but I think he might actually be relevant in matchups on the run home if you think Critter's going to be okay. If you don't believe me, check out his average so far. There's a couple of spike 90s in there. It's one of those ones I'm not, like, excited about, but I just think at least a free agent bit of ownership, and if you had him in the right matchup. Simo, are you there? I see some nods, mate.
Yeah, I like the shout. I like it quite a lot. He's going to be one of those ones that slip through the keeper in a lot of leagues out there because, yeah, he's a definite sleeper you can get as a free agent.
Now, Todzer, there's a player there in number 4, Anari Tuwala. I think I pronounced that right, mate. Any love for him out there? Because you'll be there in the majority of leagues and I'm not in.
Unfortunately, I'm not the Anari Tuwala fanboy club, so I'll pass that over to you, mate.
Yeah, no, that's why, like, the fans know what I'm going to say, mate. But legit, like, he's an option for the run home. Take all the stuff aside. The kid's averaging 60-plus in a team that we think is going to possibly actually be okay on the run home here. Give me an unbiased view, both of you. Just, how about this? Real easy. Yes or no? Thumbs up,
Absolutely
thumbs down.
not. Absolutely.
Really?
Not. You can keep 12.
Okay. Simo?
I mean, I'm sort of in the middle. Like, yeah, he's a good rotational guy. I don't know if I want to start him every week, but yeah, I mean, he's probably more of a starter than he's not. So, yeah, I'll give you your just desserts there, mate.
That's all I need.
anyone that listens to this podcast would like if they wanted Tuala, they would have owned him weeks ago.
Oh, week one, pre-draft.
Like literally 8 weeks ago.
I don't know. See, you say that, mate, but he's pretty easily droppable through buy rounds, even for us truthers, to be fair. Very easy to drop.
Oh,
and
he should be.
Pick up for some reason. I don't know why. Very surprising. Cal said, great call on kicks. Guess the hope is he can find some of his line running from the old Penrith Centre days. I just wanted to add to that, Cal, as well. Obviously, if Billy Kicks is out there, the sharp leagues are already on it, but maybe they couldn't quite get it done in buy round crunches. So if he's out there, he's right in behind Samuela for me, folks. And then we'll talk about it. We'll talk about a Canberra back rower in a minute, possibly 2 Canberra back rowers. But I have him at 2, right?
Yeah.
Pretty close. I don't hate the shout if anyone believes in the Bulldogs more for the run home, but it's close. Really quickly, Josh Curran has held for 1 more week. So if you've got him, you can start him. This is your last week of relevance.
Preston's on the extended, mate. Look out.
Yeah, Preston's on the extended, but I hope Salmon's the one to make way there. But yeah, we'll see how we go. But hopefully 1 more for there. Bailey Hayward back to 80 minutes in the last couple of weeks. So if you need a scumming 45 option, might get you by in yet another challenging position. God, I'd hate to start Bailey Hayward. Oh, my Lord. All right, over to the Raiders. And I'm going to jump straight to the 2 juicy ones, gentlemen. So Zach Hosking in 13, Todza, yes, thanks. I know he won't play 80 there, but the work rate will be phenomenal, and he'll probably average 60 plus.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think if he keeps that lock spot, yeah, walk up 60.
Because that's not how it started the year. He was the bench rotation guy. I think him starting is a vote of confidence from Ricky that he's not getting dropped here, and he couldn't be. He's been arguably Raiders' best in the middle. He's been so good this year. On the edge, I meant to say. So I love that, and I think as long as he holds it and plays 65 minutes, gentlemen-ish, that sort of range, 60, 65 PPM, still a good start. Noah Martin, though, gentlemen, he's back. I'm a bit surprised. I think we thought maybe if he put on ice with the Raiders season, I'd say it's pretty much cooked, to be fair. Simo,
That's real. Yep.
It is. Look, I got a feel, though, with him being named there, obviously he must be fully fit, mate. It can't be a rush back job because that makes no sense.
Yeah. What was it? Was it 8 weeks? Because he had both the syndesmosis on both ankles, I believe. So
terrible tackle, injured straight away, both legs, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you'd imagine he'd have to be back ready to rock and roll. I mean, this is a bloody good bench for you mentioned Hoskin just then. Like all these Canberra forwards, this is a great bench with Starling and Paddy just being one position. You've got Dane Laurie in the 17, Chevy Stewart in the outside back, Morgan Smithies gets no minutes. Like Josh Papali's not going to get big minutes coming off a calf that kept him out for the best part of 2 months. Like, yeah, I think as you said, both these Raiders at 2RFs are pretty much a green light here. Just jump on board.
I'm happy. Like, this is the week for back rowers. If you've someone that pieces them together, like you've honestly got options coming out the wazoo for the run home. Samuela, Billy Kicks, Noah Martin, Zach Hosking, like they're all super high end options. So for me, gentlemen, I don't think we're going to disagree. I'd burn whatever wave you need, even if it's just for a fourth 2RF option for me.
Agreed.
Yeah, sweet. All right. The other gentleman that does need discussed, and he's in a very interesting spot. It's exciting to see Owen Paddy get the run here, Todd. And we know that Ricky will do anything to not give Tom Starling 80 minutes unless he's playing almost origin level, which he did back in the last year. He hasn't been as good this. So it's Owen Paddy's spot, mate. And I tell you what, looking at his stats, he can kind of get to a 55, 60 average in a lot of different ways. So it might be one of the best 40-20 exponents we're going to watch in modern times.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Tackle the house down. He's got a little bit of niggle near the line. Mate, I've got him as a clear waiver claim for mine. Yeah,
mate, especially at hooker where it's been pretty average outside the top bloody 2 or 3. So, yeah, hopefully the kid gets enough minutes. 55 to 65, I reckon, would be somewhere in that range.
Yep.
And, yeah, hopefully he puts his best foot forward. Yeah, as you said with 40-20, dude, he loves him. Like, absolutely for offset.
Yeah, he's a ripper. So plenty of options there on the Raiders. Good advice from you, Simo, and as an unfortunate owner, Tamale, go on. Absolutely had to. Seb Chris on a wing. Oh, is he going to be annoyingly amongst the tries to be relevant here, mate? I know you're not going to say waiver, but is he one of those guys for plug and play purposes? Probably.
No.
Not for you.
No, Seb Chris, no. No thanks.
No good. All right,
No.
easy done. I'm not going to sell any harder. All right, just a quick comment. Our man Meso's jumped on. Good to have you, sir. Great analysis of the doggy side. I imagine it would be Salmon to lock and Hayes to bench. Yeah, that's what I think as well, mate. So I think, Curran, hopefully one more week. He was outstanding.
Boy, he was good, eh?
Oh, he played great. I told you, boys, that advice I gave wasn't to do with me thinking that he wasn't a gun. It's to do with him holding a spot. It just doesn't happen for him. So next year, come on, surely.
Every year's next year for Josh Curran.
I know, mate. I know. We are actually truthers here.
We really are.
Really quickly, gentlemen, Ethan Sanders just as halfback cover for the run home. We are at that point now where you got to start thinking of these choices. Probably not horrible, right? Because halfback it's starting to get a little thinner with some injuries and stuff going on. I think just simple thumbs up, probably okay. He's got to do a little better, surely.
I mean, he's okay, but only because Zane Harrison started at Gold Coast. There's 3 teams on bye this week.
That's what I was thinking.
We're back soon, boys.
All right.
Yeah, no dramas. Roosters versus Eels. Actually, listeners, can I just point out from Simo something that really should be brought up here? He has actually left of his own free accord without the internet crashing out. So I just want to give him a moment here. That is honestly outstanding. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, Roosters versus Eels, Todza, on the Saturday. Tell you what, mate, are you not absolutely shocked to see young Sammy Walker seemingly given a rest when the old man Ted apparently has got to get himself together for another one?
Hell yeah. Cop that, Teddy. Cop that. Nah. Against the Eels? Come on. What are we doing?
Oh, this is crazy. Honestly, for me, this would be bonkers if he plays. Surely he's been so tired. He showed a little bit in between those last 2 games, but, oh, man, come on. Give him a break.
There is no way he plays fullback, surely.
Now, look, I think it's got something to do with this next name, mate, who should be very high on waivers this week, in my humble opinion. Daniel Tupou is back from the old man calf injury. I'm really slamming us old people now. Yeah, I really am. Well, I'm old now, so I can do this. I'm qualified. Daniel Tupou, he's back, mate. I think this is one of those spots. I couldn't have him ahead of Samuel Fainu or Noah Martin.
Nope.
But then the argument versus Zach Hosking is where it gets very close for me. And if you are needy at CTW, he can slot in at third for me this week. Thoughts?
CTW this week, look, I would prefer to have Kikau, Fainu, and Noah Martin as over him. But in terms of what the Roosters can do, the Roosters run home, and everything that they're going to be, Daniel Tupou could be a real big plus for you moving forward. So, like the shout, it'd be hard for me to take him above those guys, but I get why he would be.
Yeah, no, Todza, I'm going to give you that one, mate. My apologies. I did exclude Billy Kicks unintentionally out of that lot, mate. I'm going to give you that one too. I think it gets close for me. I think over Hosking is where I do draw a line because Hosking will be rock solid in that position, but just have a look at what Billy Smith's done recently. And this is a great point from Cal as well. Have a look at Billy Smith's SuperCoach scores over the last little bit playing on that left wing as Sammy Walker's got himself going, mate. Just, you're telling me Daniel Tupou, and there's been numerous times where Billy Smith's positioning for Teddy in particular has been questionable, is probably the wording I'll use, where Daniel Tupou just makes it look so easy. So Tupou 2+ tries incoming versus Eels for his 300. I mean, it's hard to see him not scoring against the Eels. Let's be real.
Yeah, so I could score against the Eels, to be perfectly honest. They're that bad.
Yeah, boy. Love it.
Tell you what, by 7:30 on Saturday, old son, you and I would have had a gutful. This could be an absolute hilarious watch.
Yeah. It's we've got a big one on the weekend, don't we, mate? We're getting stuck in. Yours truly, little sneaky birthday celeb with the boys watching at the pub. So it's gonna be good fun. Super sad. So this could be an absolute barnstormer, mate, for us. And that'd be right. I'd lose Teddy and Walker. Can't watch either. So, look, that gives Billy Smith a stay of execution. So, yeah, I think he's startable in this matchup. Geez, you'd love to. No one going to need Tawaze as a comeback game. Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, this could be a record scoring SuperCoach points.
DCE does get – he's not going to be a green light every week for me, DCE, but I think this is a pretty clear one too for mine. Todd's another sneaky one for me is actually Connor Watson this week. He will get the 9. Surely Robson doesn't come off the extended. I'd be shocked. Like, come on.
Nah, he won't come off the extended. Yeah, he probably won't, but you got Benai there as well. He'll probably play plenty of hooker, to be honest.
I think Connor Watson is as good a start. If you need a hooker coverage for this week, I think he's it. He's actually scored pretty well last couple of weeks. Base power been pretty decent and scheming around the middle. I think this is probably his last week irrelevance, short of injury to Robson, touchwood. So I'd be not as a 2RF, just as a hooker. Our man, Celesi Fiketti.
Oh,
we love him. He's going to be an absolute stud at this SuperCoach stuff when he gets the minutes. Oh, my Lord. He's one of those guys. Almost too obvious, right?
Oh,
now, though, mate, for now, could you fire him up? It's risky business with Nat Butcher only suspended. It's a 1-week special here, mate. I want to get behind it, but we saw that he just seems to find a way back to the bench. I don't know.
Surely not with this bench. Like, I don't know. Dilasar's a big dog. Egan Busher maybe to spell him. Dude, I want a green light Celesi Fiketti so bad.
I know. Is this a heart pick? Do you want to just own it with the listeners, mate, and just say, look, salute you?
No, I've decided against it. Do not start Fiketti. I can't. Yeah, it's just.
I know we can't yet. It's just, can we put a label on him and say it's coming? Hello, mate. We're just talking about the absolute future SuperCoach stud that is Celesi Fiketti. Now we are no experts for saying that. He's got it. He has absolutely got it. His double movement was far less egregious than a certain Milky Jenkins, for the record. Watching that live and hearing
when you saw the two of those side by side, that was crazy.
Simo, the fact I've got to make it's the perfect time. I've done it as a segue. I have been one of the biggest Andrew Voss fans for the longest time. I love the way he calls. I love how he takes it to a different level and he brings anecdotes in and whatever. Just this year, I've noticed there's some things being missed in terms of the actual play-by-play that is really confusing me. I don't know what it is. I'm not trying to have a dig at the great man, but it's just, there's some things, none of them mentioned it. Like I don't understand. And that's happened. And then it'll be the whole, the refs made a big mistake here, but it's actually them missing some key aspect of the play. Have you guys noticed this year probably more than recent times?
I wouldn't say I really noticed it more from Vossi. I definitely did notice it in that one instance, though. Like, I remember he might have been calling it live on the first replay after Vossi said the words like "there's no double movement there," and then it sort of just moved on. And it wasn't really mentioned after that when it obviously should have been. You see the vision come out of the Triple M call and whatnot, and there's different people seeing it, just going, "What the hell's going on here?" But I'm not going to pile on Vossi for missing like one double movement because it's so out of character for him to not see that.
I think probably I'll clarify this then, Simo. There's just been a decent amount of moments this year where I've not agreed with Vossi's call, and I'm only one person. I see that, but then it's his take is then having a go at the refs about them missing things or like, how did they miss that? It'll be like forward passes and it'll be like, how did they miss this? And you watch the replay and it's a beautiful hands backward pass that's just done at speed. It's just frustrating, man. And that was like not the final straw, but the bigger moment following that. So anyway, maybe I'm just that's how I'm seeing it. Meso,
how did you see the Dolphins kickoff going 10 or not going 10?
Clearly went 10. Very completely fine. That was bizarre.
I don't think I've asked a person that doesn't think that didn't go 10.
I think that was unbelievably obvious. That one, I just couldn't believe they weren't like, yeah, that's 10. That's fine. Crazy. Yeah, don't know. Anyway, feels weird to bag on Voss because I love the actual color commentary that he brings. It's because the grounding was also suspect. People lost sight of the double movement yet again, proving I don't understand what a tackle actually is. That's absolutely fair, mate. So All right, the rest of it, gentlemen. So for Ketty, we're going to say no. It's too hard to trust just yet. There's other options. We've already mentioned shit ton of good 2RFs as well this week. All right, over to the
I don't
Eels.
know. You said no one for Getty Toddy. It's interesting.
Yeah, I just don't think that he's going to play 80 here. I want to green light him.
We want to, Simo. If you can sway the listeners, mate, we're almost there. It's a real
no. Oh, I get he's probably not a waiver, but I mean, there's worse blokes to take a punt on because we know the talent's there. So and I'm probably not saying stuff that you guys didn't just say, but yeah.
Yeah, plug and play option. You heard it here first. I'd love that to work. Listeners, if any of you are brave enough, let us know. And I hope he goes out and bangs you out an 80. That would be sick.
Just talking into it now.
Yes, mate. Yes, it sounded real, didn't it? Yes, boy.
Before we move off the Roosters, mate, we've got a question from Shred over on X. Might jump in here. If or when Sammy Walker gets named, who do you think misses out here?
Good question.
That's a wonderful question. I'm going to jump straight in. I felt pretty passionate about this. I'm going to stick it. I think it's Billy Smith holds on to his center spot, guys. I hate it, but I think the Savala move into the halves kind of shows that for me. Like, he'd hold his center spot if he's holding his center spot. They wouldn't feel like he's had a good run now. Billy Smith showed a bit of form. He's a player they've backed for years. I think it's Billy Smith. Holy shit, do I want to be wrong for Savala, though?
Mate, I don't necessarily disagree with you, but what I will say about your take is that devil's advocate to that is, I mean, who else are they going to put at 7? Like, of course, it's going to be Savala.
That's the counter, Simo, isn't it? It's like, is he playing? And he's been playing so great there at center. I still think Billy Smith at this stage is still the center that they would want. Todzo?
I'm here, Savala, baby.
Yeah, you think Savala? Meso's on the sort of sad side. The sad side of good question, Shred. I think Savala will be bench. Agree with Chris. Yuck, Meso. I wanted the whole potty just to turn on me and with pitchforks. But Simo, you're the Roosters fan, mate. If I absolutely said put your money somewhere, what do you got?
I reckon Savala gets dropped.
Yeah, that sucks. That really does.
Like, I actually agree with you. It's just I don't agree with him being at 7. I don't think that's an indicator. It's like,
yeah, good point.
It's not like they're going to leave Savala at center and put Billy Smith at 7. You know what I mean? Like,
I kind of meant almost as a gong in an Eels matchup to give Walker the rest. It's almost like, to go a bit deep with here, it's like, do we really need Sam Walker to beat the Eels here at Allianz? Probably not. Although, mate, Timo, how many banana skin games have we watched? Years. Like,
well, look at how the Eels played last week. Like, they beat Manly.
Well, that's a beautiful segue into Isaiah Yongi. Like, ripped on in this potty for just flat not passing and not being that threatening. Okay, Isaiah, please keep building and growing, maybe with better service. So, yeah, very, very promising. Kelly, I've just got as an at minimum 4C dub rest of season, even though he didn't have his biggest week. I just think he's so active, folks, on that right wing. I'm about Brian Kelly. For those who followed us potty for the long time, they'll know that's not a surprise. Absolutely love him. Semrani hits him upside. It's a weird one. Is this a good or a bad matchup, Tots? I'm not really sure.
Bad matchup for Semrani. He gets bullied here, bro.
Yeah, probably. And we won't get around Nanva then as well.
It's like one bloke gets bullied more than Semrani this week, and that's Nava.
I mean, Robert Toya, boy, there's a trajectory going into preseason, boys. You're going to hear me talk about Rob Toya. I know that's not crazy because he's a real-life gun, but his SuperCoach trajectory, I think, it's going to get pretty pointy. He's a gun. He's ridiculous. The way he's standing up blokes now, I didn't necessarily think he had that in him. Simo, did you know that? I know you've been a big Toya guy, but did you know he had that sort of lateral speed? I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a few things about Toya that I can't say on the podcast because I've done a bit with through work and stuff, but he's a gun. He's an absolute gun.
Yeah. And you think translation to SuperCoach, mate, based on this center scoring, like it's coming right next year?
Oh yeah, look, he's only second full season, in first grade, and like he's barely put a foot wrong. Like obviously Billy picked him for Origin when he only played whatever it was 7 games. Played well against Latrell in one of those. He's having a bit of a breakout year this year, Supercoach wise. Like he's got a really healthy average, but I mean, the arrow just keeps pointing up for Robert Toyer, and he'll just be one of those guys that could just keep ascending to being like a, well, the sky's the limit really, but it could be easily like a top 5 CT dub as soon as next season. Like it won't get drafted that way, but he could be like almost like a Kohler of this year, like that guy that's
great comp. Yeah,
like pretty much the top 10, but just can you get that guy to be a decent value, but also be a top 5?
I think that's
that could be him.
Great comp, Simon. Ronald Volkman, especially deeper leagues, got to talk about it. Like, genuinely had a great friggin' game on the weekend. I was reading about him, boys. Like, Todzer, I'll go to you. He was a fairly highly touted youngster. He was supposed to be really good. Finally showed a bit of that ball running. Now, he's dual eligible, so obviously 5'8" is there. I think at minimum, just because of what he did last week, and there's just been little snippets this year when he's playing in the 6. You do not want him in the 7 because it doesn't work. But in the 6, I've got to say, mate, he's either a low-end claim or a free agent at worst for me.
I think he's a free agent at best.
Best?
I think, yeah, dude. I think even with Moses back this week, I think he goes back to being like a sort of a 45 guy, maybe a 50 if he's lucky. That's just my opinion on Ronald Volkman. I think you say like, we've seen some scores this year, but we've also had like 5 years of Ronald Volkman being crap. So
okay,
maybe a bit harsh. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Simo, have you seen a little bit of the upside? I don't want to say he's the second coming of Christ, but there's like in a really shallow position at 5'8", at minimum bench cover, and probably matchup dependent. Shit, I'm really not selling this very well, am I?
No, you're not selling it at all. Like he's got 110 on the weekend, and I still don't. I can't get around it, mate. I'm a bit like Toddy. I want to stay as far away from Ron Volkman as I can.
Special mention to Kelma faceplant to Alungi. That's one of the best you'll see. Go watch it. It's up there with Suar and Lehigh. All these, some of the best ones you've ever seen. I did think, that it made me so happy. I love the bloke bit, and still gets picked. That's so good. I love it.
Bro, if you said like one bloke who's injury prone in the league who didn't need that to happen to him, it was Calmator.
Right? It's Dylan Lucas special mention for his bomb try over the line as well for us owners. Like, there's some pretty funny shit happening at the moment. So, yeah, Calma,
boys,
wow.
Just while we're on this game, lads, I got a question about this game from Vance on Facebook. He says, drop Iyongi or Wong. His current fullback is Kinney. His 2RF is Rachman, Fifi, Lucas, and Sasangi. His finals are in round 20 to 22.
Holy shit.
So, probably looking to bolster up somewhere else.
I'll be honest, mate. Wong versus Rachman, I'd rather Wong rest of season. I'm going to talk about that. I can talk about it now if you like. Very concerning signs for the Rachman owners. I'm going to go there. And, Simo, you're an owner, so happy to be pushed in a different direction. But just that drop from that sort of 60 to 55 minutes. And Damien Cook is one I want to bring up as a little bonus pickup this week. If he's dropped, folks, go get him. Played 80 minutes because he did rotate through the middle. If that is how it's going to be, Cook is absolutely viable again as a hooker. And Rachman, I'd rather start Wong in a surging Roosters side. Simo, do you want to add to the Rachman analysis?
Cook didn't go through the middle. He played centre for most of the game because...
Did I get that wrong?
Tyrell Sloan got injured. So Cook played 80 but was playing centre from about 35 minutes in.
All right. So what did Rachman play for you?
Yeah, Rachman's minutes have been concerning. Like he obviously dropped back from sort of 65 plus down to sort of 55, 60. Like it's a tough question that he's got there. I mean, he's got Kinney as his fullback. I mean, it's either Wyongi and whichever second rower you think is the least. So, can you just go through the names one more time, Toddy?
Rachman, Fifi, Lucas, and Sasangi.
Oh, it can't be Lucas. Jeez.
Zed Dragons has just said, so Loco did play well and had big minutes. He actually started to show heaps. So that's That my apologies, listeners. So I thought that was because Cook rotated through center, and still. Are you worried about Rauchman then, Timo? Like in that for this listener question, you've got to want to see Wong rest.
Yeah, he's probably not ever going to start. He's got so many second rowers there. Like it's just so many good ones. Like
crazy.
Maybe he does drop Rauchman out of that lot. That's hard for me to get my head around and compute because, I mean, Iongi's probably got more value to him being a backup fullback in case something happens to Kinney.
Don't drop.
I reckon it's drop your worst CT dub and play Sasongi in your CT dub.
There's literally what I was thinking, Todd's. If he wants to share his CT dubs, I don't know if you're there, mate. We can maybe look at that. But Todd's a good call.
Yeah, like I don't know who his CT dubs are, but that's what I'll be doing because those are the guys. Like Wong, you want to keep. Iongi, you need the coverage. Like you do need the coverage. Even Rauchman, like he still puts up like close to 60 in 60 minutes. Like he's still a PPM guy. He's not going to hurt you. And if you don't have to play him and you keep him on the bench, he's a perfect backup. So,
yeah, just to buy this as well, if that is factored in, is another one. So great question. And geez, I'd love to have those riches. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it must be nice, huh?
Yep.
Great question. Love that. All right. So the rest of it, Moses remains. Is he coverage for Cleary owners this week, Toss?
Yeah, woo.
He might be the best of a bad bunch, mate.
He might be, which is pretty gross.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Tiankin Brown, I said it. Oh, he's rangy. He's a rangy dude. All right. Dylan Walker off to the Super League after setting up try of the season for him. That was brilliant.
He's been sneaky good, man. Fair play to the Super League. He's going to go over there and carve, I reckon.
Yeah, give him like 55 minutes as a lock over in Super League, and he is going to set up.
He'll have his hands over, hit ply of stuff all over that, yeah.
If you are a player in the team he's going to, just hang off him. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Can pass. I actually low-key kind of love me a bit of Dylan Walker, for the record. I think he's been fun.
Who did he scrap? He scrapped who was his scrap against? He had a real good stink. Curtis Scott? Was he Curtis Scott?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
I think Dylan Walker down in Canberra. Remember that game in Canberra? I'm going to assume it was the Curtis Scott game when Dylan Walker kicked a penalty after full time and won it and just gave it to the crowd down there and just was the hands in the air. He's just running around.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Why Dylan Walker was kicking a penalty, I don't know. Is my memory of that warped like that? Doesn't sound right. But,
don't know.
Yeah. Crazy times.
Take it forward to the Bunnies versus Knights, and really some big changes here from the Bunnies. I sent to both of you and got some pretty firm agreement on the fact that, where is he? Jai Gray in 18. The defensive efforts he was putting out on the weekend, if that had been Reece Walsh, you wouldn't have heard anything but through the media for the entire weekend. Real shame, just not happening for him. So had to be dropped, really. Matt Duffy comes in. Now, we know the story with Duffy. Maybe not outstanding floor, but the upside is there in a pretty good team. Can play enough on the sweep we saw at the start of the year to maintain that beautiful shape for the Bunnies. But the big problem this week is it's Jaden Sullivan in 6 and not Cody Karate Kid Walker.
That was a dickhead, eh?
Owning him is one of my least favorite experiences in SuperCoach to date. I hate it. I hate that he's viable as a 5'8" and he was gettable on waivers. I hate it so much.
Yeah, I hate it for you.
What an
He's an idiot.
Oh, it's horrible. I hate it.
And how's that not a send-off either?
I was an owner and I was in a very important matchup. Gentlemen, I was an owner in a very important matchup and I was yelling at the screen for him to be sent off. So that tells you all you need to know. That's ridiculous.
Crazy.
Absolutely ridiculous. Matt Duffy, though, Timo, we've got to discuss this man because he's super relevant. Yeah. Now, big one. If you are the Dylan Edwards owner, if you are the Reece Walsh owner, you may have been relying on Jai Gray, got you through the bye period, mate. I think Duffy has to be waived here, surely.
Yeah, I think he would. He'll be pretty heavily sought after, Matt Duffy, because we have seen this year, pretty much every time he started, he has been doing pretty much exactly what Jai Gray's been doing, if not slightly more attacking workload coming out of the back end. Like, Dufty's been literally 20-plus runs every single game. Sure, he is probably not quite as elusive as Jai Gray is at this point in their career, but I mean, Dufty is still not slow. And I've got no concerns with anybody spending a decent enough waiver on Dufty, whether you are the Gray owner or in those situations that you said there where you got Edwards or Walsh or whatever, like, or even if you just want someone as a backup fullback, because you just don't know. From all reports, he's been killing it at New South Wales Cup, and we know he killed it over in the Super League, so he can still play. It's a bit tough this week, as you said, with that sort of service from Sullivan and Ward, but yeah, you just don't know if this is a rest of season gig, because like if he comes out and brains it here, like Wayne Bennett's probably going to ride the hot hand. There's no real loyalties here.
Yeah, I think, mate, he had to put a message out to his team. Like, if they got finals aspirations, you can't have that defensive effort that Jai Gray was putting out. So, great shout from Cal here. Dufty, 85 average, is starting fullback this year. That's right, Cal. If you take out his little cameo appearance, which absolutely crushes his average, he's been good. So, then, as I said, boys, this is a locked and loaded waiver round. This one, so many good options. Dufty's one of them.
You said this last week, and I talked you out of it a bit, but maybe you were right. Tallis Duncan back to centre. For as long as Latrell Mitchell's not there, it may be how it is now for the next couple of weeks.
It probably will be, and it does, mate. The way I look at it is he's viable there. Again, it sucks that it's not Cody Walker who's doing the feeding, but obviously, Tallis, it's going to be fine. You can play him as a CTW now, so good luck to you. But the other one, mate, it has to be mentioned. Ewan Aiken's the one who'll get 80 minutes here, not David Fifita. Ewan Aiken is incredibly viable, and he's yet another 2RF pickup for this week. Crazy, right?
Yeah, look, the big story is David Fifita, isn't it? Like, anyone that drafted Fifita where he was going is probably not – well, he's been injured for a while too, but – you know, we kind of made excuses for him at the start of the year, like, oh, he's running into form. He just hasn't hit that attacking stat yet that we know he can do. And, like, I'm sure he's still that player, but I don't know, like, the minutes being what it is just that bit of smoke. Like, you think there must be some fire there. Like, maybe there is a bit of an injury we don't know about, or something not quite right with him. It is hard for feeder owners because you've got to keep running him out there. But if he's not going to play more than 60 minutes, then it does make it tricky.
Like, would you rather start – I'll use some of the waiver option this week. So there's one in his team. Would you rather start Ewan Aiken in this matchup over Fifi? I know it sounds crazy to say out loud, but I probably would. He hasn't really smashed upside either, Simo, on your point. Like, you'd want him with those 55, 60 minutes. If he'd have banged through a few more tries or try assists, maybe we could, make an argument. But it's kind of a bit sad. I feel you might be on this, mate. I wouldn't be starting Fifi unless I absolutely had to, is my answer here.
Yeah, I don't disagree with it at the moment. It's a bit crap.
Yeah. So I saw you did look comfortable with the Ewan Aiken commentary. It's just, I think it's a sign of just a lack of confidence in Fifi. I'm not going to say you obviously drop Fifi for Aiken.
No, I know you're not saying that. Give me the upside of Fifi over Ewan Aiken, that's for sure.
Probably. I think it's one of those arguments, mate, like it's not going as well as you'd hoped. So if you've got other options, Fifi's more a platoon 2RF, it's probably fair to say at this point, not a locked-in starter in 10 teamers.
Yeah. I mean, you look at Fifita's stats here. I've just been looking it up. Like, obviously 44 last week. The 2 weeks before that were his 2 highest scores of the year, back-to-back 79s.
Yep. Both had assists in them as well, mate. There's a couple of tries.
Yeah, like
70s, yeah.
He just hasn't really had. Well, he hasn't had an 80+. So, yeah, it's crazy to say, but maybe. Like the runs on the board, like Aiken's simply been better this year. I can't believe that is even a statement, but in any minute game so far he has been.
Maxo's gone left field here. As a sneaky, bizarre play to consider is that Humphreys has a 3-round average of 55, playing 55, 60 minutes essentially as a bench hooker. I take him over Mitch Moses. I can't get there. I can't get there myself, but it's certainly a good stat argument.
No, thank you.
Not so much for me. Meso, I do wonder, mate, with your logic here, though, is there a chance now, the way the season's gone out with all the Paul Mamazelis, et cetera, have fallen away, Garlic as well, what if the cheese went down here? Could Humphreys actually sneak his way to a starting gig and lock in more minutes? In which case, I would be somewhat interested.
Yeah, the issue with Meso's comment is you're just playing for the floor there. Like,
yeah, that's what I think.
Sure, too. Moses probably will score less than Humphreys, and Humphreys go out and bust out a 50-point game. But Humphreys is not going to score you any more than 55 points. Like Mitch Moses could. I'm not saying he will, but he could crack an 85 plus. And yeah, I feel like you're just capping your upside going Humphreys, and that's just not the way I like to play fantasy.
Agreed. It's floor. If you need a floor argument, Mesa, I'd love to hear you do it, mate. But you've got a better team than that. Come on, son. All right, love it. Love those weird angles. That's a draft diehard right there. Over to my Knights. Very proud of the performance again. Grindy, hung on and got there. Absolutely not at our best yet, is fair to say. Backing up Kalen Ponga, gentlemen. Hopefully we see it. We know if you're a Greggy Marju owner, you badly need it. He is probably, again, too easy a buy low option. If Greg Marju is gettable in your elite, go buy Greg Marju. Enjoy what's about to come. Even if Ponga doesn't play this week, maybe the window stays open a little bit longer. But he is absolutely someone you're going to want in your CT up to try and win you a title. So I'd be going out to do there. Couple Mesa's just said, very left field. Good shout, Simo's playing for the floor. No, Durst, I'm not listening to you. It's not for me, Chris. It's for the fishies in the league who might be tuning in. Yeah, I got you, mate. I got you. I think, the Marju pick up, though, gentlemen, hopefully, I think he's gettable as, to be honest. The rest of it, best to back up, highly questionable, I'd have to think, Simo, with his injury record.
Best to back up is funny.
Surely not, Todza, right?
If he backs up, that's crazy work, dude. He is a walking injury.
Yeah, when you've got a viable backup in Fletcher Hunt as well, it would seem kind of insane that you bring him in. Can even put Fletcher Sharp there and put Sandon back in, so surely not. The rest of it, obviously, J-Safe has gone down. Tell you what, Cody Hopwood actually liked the cut of his jib. He's got a bit about him.
He's a big bit of timber, isn't he?
He moves good, and he's going to be thrust in the spotlight for a finals run. With J-Safe going down with a hamstring injury, I think the minutes are probably going to be there. God knows I don't want Tyson Frizzell dropping the ball or trying to offload in the worst possible way anymore, because that has become very hard to watch. Cody Hopwood, Simo?
Yeah, he's not a bad-looking player. I think he's, a free agent or a really low-end waiver, but probably more for the 12-team leagues out there than he is anything else. But, he's definitely someone of the future. There's no doubt about that.
Beautiful. Shout out to Dylan Brown. He may not be popping on the stat sheet. Finally had a huge impactful moment, but his defense alone, I've said it to you boys, it's worth a big contract. He's ridiculous. It's so good to watch.
Can play football.
I'm keen to see the naysayers. I've seen a few say, he's not justified his contract. You tell the Knights players how they feel and Knights fans about how Dylan Brown's going, and I think they're pretty...
Y'all are sitting fourth.
Yeah, he's doing some very good football things. A lot of 1%ers, a lot of really good leadership things. He is a very good football player, and we're very happy to have him. So you keep ripping on us, other fans, and we'll enjoy what he's doing. All right, moving on to the Seagulls versus the Cowboys. And if you're a Seagulls fan or a fan of Fosball, you are delighted to see that there's probably two players who are most importantly linked to said Fosball. Their name are Tolu Kula and Hamole Olakuatu. Badly need those X-Factor players for Fosball to come good, it would seem. So there's a red-hot chance they back up, given the bench spot for Olakuatu and obviously Kula now. So likely there unless something very odd happens. The Joey Walsh experiment, Todzer, might just take a little while, Supercoach-wise, to get going, fair to say.
Well, he scored a 76 in the weekend, didn't he?
Yeah, it's
solid.
just...
Like, I thought he played really well. Like, he's real life really good, obviously. Like, super green in terms of NRL experience, but... Yeah,
do you think... is he going to feed the left enough, mate, and make it work? Like, because I think Lehigh had a good game as well. Cooler's back there. So maybe it is, mate. Maybe I've undersold it. So you think... Is there enough? Is there going to be a floor argument there?
Floor argument would be pretty low, I'd say, but... In terms of what he can offer in this Fosbill team, I think he's worth a shout.
Yeah, okay. Nice.
Put it this way, I'd rather own him than Ethan Sanders from earlier as a backup.
Yeah, good shout, Simo. Good shout, mate. I like it. The rest of it, we're good to see Ruben there. There was a bit of concern with his concussion records. Pretty risky stuff. Just a couple of comments coming through. Our man, Pukli Wu, I want to trade deal bags for a 2RF. Have been knocked back for Fermor. Is that a reasonable target, or have I got to reevaluate? I think the hard thing, Pukli Wu, for me is, he's starting Volkman, the Fermor.
Far out.
Well, your timing's horrible then, mate. You're not going to get that through this week with Volkman absolutely braining it. But
that's why you would get it through. That's crazy work.
Well, it would be until he scores 110, unfortunately. That's just bad timing. But I would say no at Fermor's level, because I think what Brown's been doing is better for real life rugby league than Supercoach rugby league. That's my take.
What kind of 2RF would you go for then, Redford?
It's going to be hard, I'll be honest with you, to get anything that you're super excited about. I think it's going to be pretty hard to move the needle. I just don't think consistently his Supercoach scoring has been high enough.
No, we can't all get Bo Fermor for Dylan Brown, can we, Toddy?
Is that what we're talking about, mate?
Just crickets.
Absolutely nothing. There he is. Dursto's come in. Toddy traded deal bags for Fermor. Yeah,
there it is. Dursto's on.
A whole lot of context being left out of this trade, by the way. Jeepers.
Yeah, and Meso's added, my bet is the Fermor owner will never actually complete a trade except for an hourly record. Some guys are just so loss averse and can't bring themselves to make a trade. Yeah, pride comes into it, mate. That is for sure. And people that hang on to draft capital for too long into a season is also pretty big mistake. Dursto, I'm not giving you too much floor, mate, but yeah, you're bringing up some painful moments for us watching. I've said that one. Cal's got a real question we'll pivot to. Dewey versus Waz or Joey Walsh versus Cows this week?
Dewey.
I don't think you can sit Dewey. You can't sit Dewey.
The doozer.
It's one of those
saying that, Joey Walsh.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. But you really can't. You can't sit Dewey there.
I know you can't.
You just can't do it. It's a good question, though, Callan. Good cover that you've got there with Walsh, mate, as well, of course. All right. Cal's brought up the base. So, yeah, that's a good read. Good one to keep an eye on. If we're comfortable that he's got a floor argument, then he's playing Fosball, and Manly do have some really juicy matchups for the run home. So, could be the sneaky one if you've struggled with a halfback. And, boys, I guess it's worth bringing up. Is there an argument to go trade for him? He'll probably be sitting on someone's roster just as coverage. He's not going to get dropped now because of what he scored. Could you go out and get him if you're needy at halfback? Is he that level for you?
No.
Not that high?
I mean, if I was starting Rob Volkman, yes. But...
What about if you were the Cleary owner who doesn't have him this week, or if you were the Izzy Katoa owner who's missing him for a while? What about that?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, nice. Come on, Burbo, feed off the Walsh, mate. You got to keep it going. 70-plus average, mate. Come on, we believe in you. Over to the Cowboys. Tommy Chester Bilo. Is it real? And if it is, it has to be pretty much right now. Anything?
I mean, I'm an owner. I wouldn't be trying to buy low, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, so gettable though, Todzer. Like if someone came with actually.
Oh yeah, no doubt gettable. Like obviously lit it up at the start of the season, but really tape it off late here. So if someone came to me with a decent enough offer, I would. The dual is like really handy though, being able to play about fullback for a lot of guys that are sort of coming up to buys. So I wouldn't be going out and buying him, but if someone came to me looking to purchase, I would be open to a trade.
I think he is a buy low. Tim, I want to get your thoughts. The reason why I think Cowboys draw really softens up, with the exception of their annoying buy round, I think it's in 23, which really sucks. 25, sorry, 25. Aside from that, if you can navigate, I think, mate, he's going to go back to that really high base after a little break, and I think Cow's better draw. I think he's a wonderful buy low candidate for mine.
Yeah, I'm not that hard. I would definitely not say wonderful buy low, but I think he's a buy low nonetheless.
Yep.
Just price dependent, of course, but yeah, I think he's had a bit of a lull and he should rebound.
I think Purdue applies as well with the 5'8" eligibility. Once he goes back to center and Dearden comes back, I actually think Purdue is a very good get for your 5'8" position for the run home too. I'm actually really big on both centers. So I also don't mind the Nene stash, gentlemen, for that reason. Just if you want to go for some upside in the right matchups. He's not every week starter or anything, but as a fourth platoon option, I think he will have enough days where he has 2 kick tries and scores you 70. So good times.
Was that was his output last game, right?
Yeah, two kick
tries. 2
tries.
Kick tries? Yeah.
We'll do it. He'll be amongst it. Don't start him every week, though. That's all for me. Ruben Cotter's probably been dropped. I mean, very, very low floor, low upside option. Mid-floor, low upside option is probably a better play. Johnny Bateman, stay away. I hated seeing him run around again. Really pissed me off. The only player that could piss me off as much as Cody Walker. Get away. Storm v Titans, gentlemen, to round things off. So we've got Willie Warbrook. If he's dropped, gentlemen, there would be leagues potentially. I know League of Record, he was one that was a roster casualty. Has had a good recent run to average a shit ton, but for the whole season, not been all that flash. What's the real Willie Warbrook, and will he stand up, Todzer?
The real Willie Warbrook. Man, I'm a big fan of the brick. Had him on my roster this year. I think he can give you enough value on the way home to be a 4 seeded up.
Yeah, platoonish fourth. Yeah, I can get around it. The upside's been real of late, and he's found a bit of form on his way out. Quick couple here that have to be mentioned. So Jack Howarth and Nick Meaney. So Meaney will get the goal kicking back because Sua's a very reluctant version of that, Simo. No chance he holds Meaney off. Got to bring up Meaney then, because remember, he was doing nothing in a struggling Storm side, but now that they're actually found a little bit, he's probably relevant again, isn't he?
Yeah, he is just such an unsexy Supercoach player at this point in his career.
He is. Nick
Meaney, but he has to be owned, I feel, because as you said, Storm goal kicker. I know the Storm haven't been exactly what they usually are, but it would be crazy to say the Storm goal kicker is not ownable in Supercoach, because it's just always been just enough of a way to boost their scores. And I think you've got to go on with Nick Meaney and just, sure, you don't have to chuck him in your starting team straight away, but as a rotational guy, I think it's fine.
Yeah, agreed. In terms of the rest, Cooper Clark on an edge, Alec McDonald on an edge. There's one name here that we've got to bring up. Todzer, I know you're a big fan, mate, and you're pretty excited about this. Surely there's a red-hot chance he sneaks his way into this starting team come Sunday.
On. Surely. Come on, the big dog, mate. I'm a big fan of Oren Keeley up from the Dolphins, now with the Storm. Yep. We've seen what Alec McDonald's done on the edge, and that has been dog shit. So I would really expect him to start here. If not this week, I definitely think he should be starting going forward, and someone I'd like to stash as a free agent on my roster, see what happens.
Yeah, I'll be starting him in the Listener League this week, even from the bench. I think he's going to come on and play a shit ton of minutes, and I just hope he starts. I just think the talent's there, and they badly need it. Well done to the How do the Storm do these things? How the hell did they get him that early? Don't get it, but good luck to him. So, he's actually a waiver claim for me because I think he could be a difference maker on the run home. I'm quite big on this pickup. Fair enough. The good thing is you won't have to spend a high one because there's about 75,000 blokes in front. Sean Bloor torpedoed. Yeah, he's cooked. Keely Stash too. Love that take. Toddy, you're welcome. Meso Din, Iramia, sighting, back for his third game since 2022. Former Storm, had an ACL in contract year. Definitely remember the name. That was a sad injury run, so good luck to him. Hopefully he's on his way back. Over to the Titans. I'm still sticking. I don't want to own too many of them, to be honest. It's still not. I just don't think they win you too many leagues personally. But yeah, as Meso said, good luck to Dean Iramia. For the rest of it, if JoJo was dropped, I think he forms part of like a sort of a high floor platoon. Usually not my speed though. I like more tries myself. Simo, quick
yeah. I'm still not quite there. Like obviously he's an ascending player, and playing Origin has helped his career so much, but still not there as a SuperCoach asset just yet.
Top 15 CT dub next year at the Dragons, obviously, is Philip Sami. Don't need any further conversation. Kid's a baller. Zane Harrison, really quickly in that halfback mix, did show a little bit in the last game that they played. Can't rely on it, can we? The floor is going to be so low.
Oh, it's bad when it's bad.
It's bad when it's bad. Now, I've had questions around this player, and this is Slim Cognitos. Good to see you, mate. Exactly where my brain was going. Arama Hope, holy shit, becomes about as risky a start since Josh Dugan. What are we doing? Like, what is the real? Will the real hoe stand up? Todza.
Don't go to me. Don't go to me. I want this guy to be such a baller. It's not funny, but
yeah.
I'm still firing him up.
Yeah,
I am too. Call me a sucker. FRF2. The upside is too big. You don't start him in your 2RF. I'm not interested in that. But as an FRF, you start him, and if it doesn't work, whatever.
So be it.
Agreed. I think you nailed it.
I was hoping one of us would be a voice of reason there, but unfortunately he's not. That's funny. All right, for the 750,000th time on the podcast, we're going to mention a resurgent Mofot with a 3-round average of up in the 60s. The kid has found some tackle bot form. Has he got one last bit of SuperCoach relevant for us? Trick question. I'm not actually really asking you that. Let's ignore. He had a 90 thrown in there, and it was weird. It was all base powery and looked amazing, but you just can't trust him with Mofot.
Yeah, he looks great, and then he forgets how to play the ball. He's fucking stupid.
It's brutal.
And then the Titans named 4 forwards on there, 14 through 17.
Yeah, you can't have it. Ollie Pascoe, real quick. We spoke about it a bit in terms of holding him. I think you start him with not confidence, but you're just hoping it nudges back up to 65 and he looks okay defensively. Because if he has another first half like he's had the last couple, that'll be it done. It'll be more of a timeshare. So, Simo, as an owner, mate, one of the most nervous first half watches you'll have for a while.
Yes, it will be tough.
Yeah, I hope so, mate. Honestly, I'm rooting for the kid. I really hope he finds it. Cooper Bye back to the bench. All right, gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the games.
That late sledge from you dog.
What's that got to do with you, Todza? Like, what are you talking about, mate?
Oh, I hate halfbacks.
You do. Oh, boy. I like how Lockie Ilias came up on the screen as well, mate. It's about the same value as Cooper Bye. So, all right. I did do a bit of a quick summary just to add to where we're at because there's so many options this week. So, gentlemen, I've missed a couple in here, so we'll just add them really quickly. So, tell me if I've got this wrong for the listeners. A bit of a recap. So, Samuel Afinu, number 1 with a bullet. He's starting this week. He's a gun. Him and Dewey, get on it. Like, just burn the bank. Noah Martin, go out there. 80-minute roll coming. He's got Matty Nicholson covered, guys, surely, right? Quick thumbs up if you believe. I don't think that's a threat. He's good. Hosking moving to 13 is interesting. Billy Kicks would be your third behind those two. It's very close with Noah Martin, but I think for me, I take the guy starting this week. I suppose the only little decider, no Noah Martin in 26. So if you need him.
Give me a kick out. I'd rather kick out.
I'm with you. Yeah, they're close. Very close. Then, Simo, you're away for this, but I brought up Daniel Tupou for me has to be somewhere very close behind those blokes. If you look at Billy Smith's average since he come into the left wing, it's electric with Sam Walker. So we've got Daniel Tupou ahead of Zach Hosking in 13. Are you comfortable with that?
Yep. Yeah, that's fine. I don't neither really agree or disagree. I'm just sort of, whatever.
Yep. We've got Dufty and Aitken are the other couple that we wanted to bring up somewhere near there, who are going to be decent. And just as a 1 week special, mate, we also had Connor Watson will be a pretty good start at hooker this week if you need one, with Robson almost certain not to back up. The other names, there were a few at CTW really quickly. Anari Tuala, Nick Meaney if you want that just floory sort of option, as well as Pompey. And little sneaky one for Simo and I was Rinakama, who I think is a pretty good platoon option for the run home. All right. Todd's up. Any more questions from the Book of Face, mate, or did you just weave those in? Please, you did.
No, mate. That was the only question on the Book of Face.
Beautiful. Simo, anything from yourself, good sir?
I don't believe so, mate. I think we're just had the one on X. Just double checking, but we snuck it in there. So no, that's it. We're all done.
Yeah, you did some good things, mate. And then we'll just get Tolzo to give us a quick wrap on the old NRL SuperCoach Listener League.
Yes, good thing I was well and truly prepared for that. All I know this week, listeners, I'll get my matchup out of the way pretty early. I copped an absolute fisting from the Redford. I put up a sub 221 point score. Redford put up a 719, which is lovely. Simo, you copped the loss this week up against Baxter's boys. How did your matchup play out, mate? What happened there?
Not real well. I didn't have the numbers, so Baxter too good.
That's fair. Gutho doing a 16 for you wouldn't have helped much either, eh?
If you're starting Gutho, you are
struggling. Dirty dog. Holy. In a hell of a battle, 10th versus 12th, we saw 12th go down, unfortunately, 430 to 482. Sigwood Slugs gets a win. SJ's Revenge cops a flogging. Get that up here from Jake Munsters Inc. He's in first, 560.
What have you got against our man Jared, mate? Every week.
He sledged me a couple of weeks ago. You can cop it.
He's good on the beds. He messages me somewhat on the reg, one of our loyal listeners, and he loved your Cooper buy trade.
Get that up, Monsters Inc.'s done some work here. Wet Hair Nico, he took a absolute flogging from Don't Go Chasing Curveball, 767 versus 338. And lastly, second place, Bearded Broncos picked up a nice win over the Adolf Fittlers, 763 to 563. And I think with that win, mate, you jump up ahead of me, Redford, as you told me about last week, which is great. You're into 7th, mate. I've dropped down to 9th. So, that's the listener league.
Well, shout out to Munsters, 2 clear at the top, having a wonderful season, but it's very congested. Really, from 3rd place down all the way to you, Todzer. There's only a couple of points separating 3rd to 9th. So the march is on. A lot of wins on the bounce here, boys. I'm coming. Just wouldn't mind Hammer playing actually a game of SuperCoach at some point. Would just be aces. But beautiful.
The draw before the season started, mate.
I still to this day, I was talking. Knew the draw and got sniped for Trey Fuller in that. I remember it in the draft going very early, and I was like, "Oh shit, okay, that theory hasn't quite paid off." But is what it is.
And we haven't heard about it every week for the last 5 weeks.
Mate, I'm just giving the listeners what they want. I'm not the only hammer owner out there. Painful.
Very good, mate. Very good.
That's fair. Not enough Anari Tuala, not enough Kelma, not enough Kelma. Actually, can someone tell me, how did Corey Waddell go last week? I forgot to actually check.
45. I was checking it before.
45?
44 or 45 or something like that.
Yeah. Did he play minutes?
Oh, jeez, I don't know. I don't know how many minutes he played.
It's one of those ones. All right. That's enough Corey Waddell chat. All right. Very good, gentlemen. Absolutely loaded round for waivers. You should be, I would say, even if you're sitting well, this probably is a week to have a crack, even if you're lower down, because there's honestly what we got, 9 names that I genuinely think should be able to impact teams to the run home is pretty sweet. And that's not even counting if you've got leagues where some of the big boys are owned. There's going to be options there. So have a crack coming off the end of the buys or the major buys. Maybe a last chance to sneak a couple of trades through if you need them as well. So, Sumo, 45. There you go. Thanks, mate. So he did play the full 80, got $1.45. That's what we love to see. One of my absolute stages. All right, Timo, thank you very much,
Thanks,
mate. Any last Origin words, mate, before we finish?
No, nothing really to report. Although I hope, fingers crossed, that we get through without injuries. Like pretty much every year, there's been either a big suspension or a big injury from Origin. We haven't really had a massive one yet. So touch wood that everyone gets through fine and we can have all of our guns firing for the rest of the year.
Beautiful. Todd Mount, thank you very much, sir.
No, thank you, mate. Great hosting job. Really good by you today. And go the Blues.
That's nice, mate. That brought a smile to my face. Thank you so much. Meso, great potty all. Good fun. Enjoy the round in Origin with some crappy coloured hearts. Calm the roaches, he says. That's disgusting. Get that smut out of here.
He gets it.
Listeners, thank you very much. Love you. Keep us honest as well. You're very knowledgeable about the game. It's an open forum and discussion more than anything. So absolutely love it. Like and subscribe if you can and share it with us. We're looking to keep enhancing some features going into next year. So I'll keep trying my best to keep upping what we're doing. But honestly, get that PD India. Oh, yeah. Queensland.